I've been dealing with physical issues. I was wondering if I could get a health reading.
Yes, we can do that. I get it. I get a yes. Is that how you write your name? Does it look similar?
So the top one. Well, actually, no. The bottom one looks more similar.
Okay.
I think.
Okay. So do you? I got chills all over. I am so glad that. Are you getting the goosebumps right now?
I'm a little excited about this. Yeah.
Well, the goosebumps are just a yes from your spirit guides.
Yeah.
I'm getting it all over. I'm getting yes.
Yeah.
So
like they're cheering hooray.
Well, I feel like there's some cognitive thing, and then there's something that's in the side. You want to give me? I have no medical knowledge. I do this for entertainment purposes only. So,
So I've been dealing with a lot of physical issues in my upper body that no doctors have really figured out what's going on with them, and I've been dealing with this for years. And the pain actually, I mean, years back, the pain was getting so bad that I was going in and out of hospitals and just like ERs because I couldn't stand the pain. My body's grown so used to the discomfort at this point that it no longer, my brain doesn't really like.
I get it.
Not as traumatic for it as it was before.
Yeah.
But it's all still there, and it basically feels like my whole upper body is as tight as can be, with like if someone wrapped rubber bands like all through my whole upper body, just millions of rubber bands.
Yeah.
And that it's just and that's just the way it is all the time. Even I don't get any relief even from sleep. So.
Well, that's a nerve problem. Is that I stutter sometimes when I'm reading somebody that's such a high vibrational frequency. This is you. You're just a high vibrational frequency. So, that's a nerve problem. But what you're describing, but we will look.
Yeah,
breathe into your nose. Breathe in. If you. Let me ask you this. Did you play football in high school or something?
No.
Nothing? You never got in a car accident or anything? You never hurt your back?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Because normally a nerve problem starts there. Is there well, there's also the neuropathy, which is neuropathy. Hold on, I'm just starting. Just hang on a minute.
Are you like picking up a lot of energy or what?
Well, yeah. I mean, I get a yes. Just focus and breathe in through your nose. Hold your breath for 4 seconds and breathe out through your mouth. Okay. Breathe in. Hold your breath. It's a long breath out. Have you done the nerve test?
I don't.
Oh my God, it's horrible.
I don't know if I have done nerve tests. That is a good question. I mean,
you'll know if you did a nerve test. They take it, they poke you, and they go between the toes and all the way around your body. It is horrible experience. I've had it done. Oh, it's not pretty.
Yeah.
It's not pretty, and they do it while you're awake and shit like that. So,
So you're feeling like something's going on with my nerves?
yes, yes. And so that's why it travels throughout. And I'm surprised your doctor hasn't pointed that out to you. I mean, that's why.
I went to a neurologist, but that's for the brain.
Yeah, that's obviously for the brain. That's why I picked up the cognitive.
Yeah, and well, they diagnosed me with
stress and see a shrink. Is that what they told you to do?
Well, yeah. Well, I've been through a lot of mental issues too. Well, I've been through. Yeah. I went through the worst of like mental stuff. That I went down. Yeah, the worst. And
yeah, I hear you. I saw the cognitive.
But they diagnosed me with 2 microbenign brain tumors in my head. One, it was weird because of the spots they were on. One was on the pituitary, and then another was on the pineal.
On the pineal gland.
Pineal. Sorry.
I don't know how to. You probably know how to pronounce it better than I do. I don't know. So your third eye. So
yeah,
this is affecting the nervous system.
Yeah, it could be. That could be.
And which is the pain is a byproduct. So I started out with the cognitive issue, which is in the brain.
Yeah.
And then the nerve problem. So the brain is causing the nerve issue. So any type of and this is actually, have you sent your records to the Mayo Clinic? No. So the Mayo Clinic is the best hospital in the United States. The only one better than that is in Costa Rica. And if you're going there, I will carry your bag for you, baby. Anyway. I have passport. We'll travel.
Yeah.
I have the frequent flyer miles. We'll go. Anyways, you need to go up there because I'm gonna look. So they said you had a benign tumor in the center, in the center of your brain. So.
Yeah, actually, they didn't even mention that to us at first, which was weird. They only brought up the pituitary. They didn't mention the one until later on, and they only mentioned it to my father, and it was because that they said, it was so small that it wasn't gonna do anything, it wasn't affecting anything or whatever. So they didn't bother even mentioning it.
I don't know what microablation is or something. This what you're saying? Micro benign
brain tumors. So they're benign and they're tiny little brain tumors on each of my 2 glands in my brain, or on my brain, or in my brain.
Microablation. I thought they said ablation. ION. Hold on a minute.
Yeah. I've probably got some very intense energy because I'm dealing with a lot of stuff right now.
So we're gonna look. So the freaky shit that went on with you in your head, with the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That has to do with that being so close to your pineal gland. Your pineal gland is your third eye.
Yeah.
So that has to do with that. I get a yes on that. I got the goosebumps all over. Did you get the goosebumps just now? Did you feel any of that? But I don't know that you can because you got a problem with.
I think I resonate with that.
Okay, so that's a yes. So that has to do the freaky shit in your head and stuff. That has to do with your third eye. Microablation, something about some type of microscopic surgery that they can do. You would greatly benefit from. The pain is the uncomfortable, and I understand the pain because I was in chronic pain for 25-30 years, and mine just disappeared overnight. But
if something was like triggering, like let's say my third eye to just like go like whatever haywire, you know, would that cause like mental psychosis?
So schizophrenia is a precursor to a spiritual awakening.
Yeah.
So when you see things, what did you see? So let's say when you see a rodent, that is negative energy. When you see an angel, you're actually seeing into another dimension. When you see,
no. I've been known to. I have my own gifts, but I've had them since I was a kid.
Tell me what you saw, and I'm gonna explain it to you, and I'll tell you exactly what it is.
Well, I mean,
hallucinations. Did you have hallucinations?
I did. I haven't really had a lot of hallucinations. Really, I've dealt more with like thoughts that aren't based in reality. They're like delusions.
No, they're not. I'm going to say that there's no delusions. Well, I'm a psychic, not a doctor, but listen to your doctor. But yeah. I'm going to say there are not. Delusional thinking is a type of schizophrenia, which schizophrenia is a Kundalini awakening gone bad. Clearly, sometimes you can't process the information that you're given. Did you know that? Well, like say, there's a spiritual explanation for symbols. You know, they can send you a symbol like, "Why do I keep seeing a blue swirl? Every time I look at that girl, I see a blue swirl."
Yeah.
That's a symbol. Go look up the spiritual meaning for a blue swirl, and it's intense, man. Oh my God, the blue swirl is killing me. A girl once to me, she said, I read her at a local watering hole, and she said, "Why do I keep seeing a giant, what she call it, a gerbil?" It wasn't a gerbil, it was a rat. I know it was a rat, but in a cage over there with a chain hooked up to your back. I said, "Oh, you're not hallucinating, baby. That's my negative energy. I like to keep it under wraps, so I got to drag that shit with me everywhere I go. That's my negative energy." I'm supposed to tell you this story, and I think it's going to resonate with you. My friend Sandra, blah, blah, blah. Like, my phone, her dead brother kept fucking with my phone, wouldn't let me sleep all night long. You're very hyper. You know, you probably got the ADHD. I'm like, you got the ADHD.
Yeah, no, I have a lot of things all going on. Moringa,
Moringa. That will help your ADHD and the L-theanine. On top of that, it'll help you finish. I wrote it. Moringa. Moringa is a miracle tree. It's got all the vitamins in it. You know what I mean? You need carb, protein, and natural sugar with every meal, and then don't eat store-bought eggs, tomato products like V8s or tomatoes. No, and then bioengineered products. Don't eat them. I'm in a reading, you guys. You guys have to wait. I'm sorry. I'm recording this on the YT2, so I'm recording this for you in case you need to replay it. So those three things, and I'm a hyper and very hyper, so I know that it's
ADHD. I feel like an intense amount of like energy, and I always feel that way. I feel like this like.
But these are schizophrenic tendencies, and that is simply because that's what I'm drawing, and that is a precursor to a spiritual awakening or awakening that you're not accepting it. You're not accepting who and what you are. I mean, it's very hard. They thought I was a goner. I couldn't even talk. I was so bad. And then I'm on 0 medication now. I was on 2 antidepressants, a double an adult dose of medication for ADHD, and I'm like, but this is schizophrenia that I'm drawing. And schizophrenia, and I'm going to explain this to you, it's like you're given too much information at once, and your soul is rejecting it. So it's more about acceptance of who and what you are. We're all psychic, but some of us are a little bit more. So your spirit is advancing faster than your belief system can handle. So when that happens, like you experience all kinds of things, they think you're delusional. You're not. So that's like telling like an autistic person. An autistic person is in two different dimensions at the same time. Their consciousness, that's why they zap out for a minute, because they're over there now. Their consciousness is shifting slowly from place to place, whereas most of us shift really quick from place to place. We're always shifting from place to place. So this is schizophrenia that I'm drawing, and that is a precursor to a spiritual awakening, or a spiritual awakening gone bad, meaning you can't accept who you are. Your mother is very acceptant of that. She's been your freaking solid rock through this, so I think she understands this process. She's comprehending this. So with it's too much information is what it is. So you got to slow it down. It's too much information coming in at once. Or you got to learn to meditate, which is hard. Guided hypnosis, meditation, things of that nature. And then understanding the information you're given. Like when you look at a person, all you can see is, I swear to God, one of my first reads, I was like, I gotta read this girl. All I can see is a blue swirl. Why do every time I look at you, I see a blue swirl? That's what I said. She thought I was frou-frou-y. Okay. But then it was like 3 weeks later, I got the information. I said, I was given look up the meaning, spiritual meaning of a blue swirl. I was like, what? I'm laying there in the bed first thing in the morning. Look up the meaning of it. So I'm like, I didn't know there was a spiritual explanation for symbols and stuff. I didn't know that. I didn't know anything. And I looked it up and I'm like, damn. Because she's like, oh, my daughter's into that. You could read her sometime. I don't know. It's you I need to read. I was scared to do it.
What was the blue symbol?
It meant that her soul had come full circle and she was ready to advance to the next level, but she just needed help. She needed the knowledge. And I was the one that can make that connection for her. That's what it meant. It was, and that's why yesterday I kept getting symbols. I had to look them up because you were going to be on the feed. And so it would remind me of what was going to go on, because there's no time. Time is something we experience. So a lot of this that will help you, there's the physicality. So the physicality of your problems, the physical things that are, yes. Now I would send my records to the Mayo Clinic and see what they had to say about it, along with all of your records, the mental part from the shrink and all that stuff. They need that so they can make the cognitive decision. Now they're going to call you in there because they're going to want to examine you. You're the test subject. That's the best hospital in the United States. There's one in Jacksonville and there's one in Minnesota. I got a friend that lives about an hour from the Minnesota one. But
we don't take medication.
Yeah, they do. I didn't, you know what I mean? They do. They take everything. They're a research hospital. They're the best research hospital in the United States. And I'm supposed to tell you a story about them. My father had a aneurysm. They said he had a tumor, and they were going to take out the back half of his head there and go to digging. That's what they said. And I had these abilities then, but I didn't know it. I was only like 17 at the time. I got his medical records. I sent him he had a 99% chance of ascending, a 5% chance of coming out of veggie, a 5% chance of making it and being able to function. This was when I was 17. My dad lived to the ripe old age of 88, because when I sent his records up there, and the 95% chance of ascension, whatever, 90% chance of ascension turned into 50-50. No, he went to 5 different neurologists. Nobody told him about that. He's like, I've been to him. I'm leaving this world. Da da da. And his stuff turned into 50-50. And he had the surgery, and he was a little bit disabled, but whatever, you know what I mean? He had to take disability because the brain didn't work as well as it used to, whatever. But he lived to 88, and he was fine, like joking around, laughing, having a good time until the day he passed. Or ascended. So that's the difference between the Mayo Clinic and a regular hospital. Okay, I'm just saying.
What if we don't really have the records to send to the Mayo Clinic?
Well,
what if we don't have
your doctors can send them. You can get your doctors, send these up there, and they do it all electronically. You call all your doctors and they send them up there electronically. You can get online and tell them your symptoms and all that kind of stuff, and tell them what you have. You can get online and fill out all the information, and they'll schedule you for appointments. You're going to be there 2 or 3 weeks and tell you where to stay. If you got a campground, I stayed at a campground up there, and it's right beside the Jacksonville flea market. It's pretty up there, and and you were there. I was there for like 2.5 weeks. I had appointments from the time I woke up until the time I went to bed. You will know everything that's wrong with you when you leave there. Not when you leave. They're going to call you back, and then you're going to go back for another week and do some follow-up tests, and then they're going to, all these doctors sit around and the difference is they all get together in one room. Okay, we're talking about patient X. I got this, I got that, and then they bounce their heads around and bounce it around, and they figure out what they think is wrong with you. They told me I had a tumor on the nervous system of my spine about the size of it was a 1/2 inch in diameter. I thought I was leaving this world.
Yeah.
I had arthritis spurs. They wanted to operate on my back. They said, don't ever let anybody operate on your back. It's your lower back. You're going to be in pain for a while. You'll grow graceful. You'll be okay. I had torn discs back there. I thought I had some sort of, there was all kinds of symptoms, other things that were going on as well. I knew exactly what was wrong with me when I left that place.
Yeah.
That's where you need to go. You get all your records, or if not, all your diagnosis, just tell them what you got. They're going to make their own call-ins to that. You go up there and let them test you, run through all the tests. They are going to do every test known to man, and you will know what is wrong with you when you leave. But I would say this is what you should do. I mean, it's your journey, not mine, but you've been through it and back here. This thing with your head, I think. Hold on. I think it's a combination of things. Well, so it's a part of that is the thing in your head. You know what I mean? So there's a thing with your nerves, but it also affects you psychologically because it's your third eye.
Yeah.
It's your third eye.
I have like at the moment I'm dealing with a lot of obsessive compulsive behavior that I have a hard time.
Let me ask you this: do you itch?
Itch? I don't itch. I have to wash my hands a lot, and I feel like something is on me that isn't there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I went through that.
Yeah. And
I went through that. I watched. I had so much. I had, you know what? I had to use borax and antibacterial soap, and I scrubbed myself. I had to change my sheets every day, and I thought there was something on me. So it's a heightened sense of awareness. Okay, so actually, what is going on here is you're feeling every single germ that lands on your body. That's what you're doing. It's a heightened sense of awareness. If a germ,
it's funny that you said that, because like I actually one time, I'm not joking about this. This was also when I was going through a lot of probably one of my spiritual whatever.
Yeah,
it's
okay.
But it was when I was going through mental crisis either way.
Yeah.
And I went to the hospital, and they gave me a wipe to wipe my arm, and when I did it, I felt almost like all this like I went to the hospital
the same way, baby. Shit, I'm like,
it was scary because
I thought there's stuff coming out of my skin and stuff. I'm serious.
When I wiped my arm, I felt an intense amount of kind of fear, because it was like I think if what you said is true, maybe I was feeling like the germs, they were ascending, as you like to put it, and you were scared at first, but then I felt this calmness, this almost like this serene peace afterwards. Like it was like all of them were like.
How many showers did you take a day? I fucking took a shower. I scrubbed myself. My body never been so clean. And it's a heightened sense of awareness. So let me put it to you another way. I'm gonna put you for a spiritual aspect of that. So germs, bacteria, germs, whatever. Those are negative energies. They don't come from up above. They come from down below. A heightened sense of awareness. So you feel everything that lands on your skin. You feel it all. It's like it's like the creepy crawlies or something, man. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, I put coconut. You know what works is coconut oil. You rub yourself down with coconut oil. Coconut oil is a natural antibacterial or whatever. It's a natural remedy for stuff. Coconut oil. You smell good all the time. Coconut oil. Your skin be great. Your hair be great. I had it in my hair and everything. I don't care. I'm telling the whole world here, I don't care. I went through that. Did your ears ring at all?
Sometimes, yeah.
Do you know what that is?
What is that?
That's your body adapting to a higher level of consciousness. You're trying to adapt to a higher consciousness. So, but you should seek medical attention for it for sure, but that's what it is. So it's a higher vibration and you're down here and then you're trying to tune in. Okay?
Yeah. So I mean, what I'm getting at, like from what you've been saying, is really there's an imbalance between me,
the physical body,
my spirit, and my body.
Yes,
my
yes,
body.
Yes, sir. I get a yes. I get a yes. Every hair in my body standing up. That's exactly what's wrong. So listen to your chakra tones. There's the spiritual aspect of this is understanding who and what you are. Listen to your chakra tones, pure tones. Just the pure tones. Don't be masking it with music. You can listen to them even while you're sleeping if you can. If you can sleep. I had to take stuff to sleep. Listen to white noise, subliminal messages, program your mind. Stop watching TV. That's for damn sure. Don't watch anything that has any type of program your mind with what you want it to be programmed with. Okay. Movies have, any type of, they have subliminal that goes on. So be careful what you
like
watch.
Brainwashing, basically.
Yes, I guess
that's all it all is. If you want to be honest.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that. So I started watching Gaia. I stopped watching TV and stuff. I started watching just Gaia.com and documentaries on spirituality. Watching people online, just real people. I stopped watching. It was weird for me to stop watching TV. Music got me because I always had to have something playing, some sort of noise. But the music, when you stop and listen to the words, you're like, oh shit, I can't listen to that.
I don't know if you get this vibe or not, but I feel like there's a sense of, everyone loves to listen to music, but I feel like there's a sense of danger in listening to music sometimes because there's always a frequency that goes with every single thing, and when you're pushing all those different frequencies, and it's multiple frequencies, it's not just one.
Right.
So your brain is taking on like all these different frequencies all at once.
Yes.
So I was just it makes me wonder, how that affects everything,
So I'm going to tell you, so when you're listening to somebody sing and you get the goosebumps all over and your ears start ringing really loud, that's a good thing. If it's not good. If the ringing in your ear stops and stuff like that, if you don't get the goosebumps, it's not a good thing. You shouldn't be listening to it. So there are people, so I'm going to say this, that people, I get a yes with this, so they really like this. I'm telling what I'm telling you, so everybody should listen to this. When people are singing and you get the goosebumps all over and it makes you feel so good, you're just like, it's a goodness. You feel so good. That is a higher form of consciousness being channeled through this person, through their voice, to touch as many souls as they can, like just for a second, to try to raise their vibration, to make them tune in. Listen.
Yeah. Usually,
when you feel anger and stuff like that, that's a lower vibration being channeled through that person to help lower their vibration, to tune them into all things that are down below. I'm just saying. I was listening to somebody I really liked the other day. I was like, I like your music. I started listening to the words. I'm like, oh no, we can't listen to that shit no more. I love music, but I can't really listen to it. country music's okay, but if so much of it's depressing, it's a lower vibration. You know, I listen to this one girl, Ineka. I don't know how to say her name, but she knows that she's a channel, and she channels like words about spirituality and good shit. And all I get is a goosebumps when I listen to that girl.
Yeah.
I mean, so yes, music, everything you hear affects you in the here and now, and more so than you really realize. But you just have a heightened sense of awareness, so you feel it even more than the normal person does.
Yeah. No, I feel like at the moment I'm blocked, kind of in a way, because I have all of this.
That's true.
Intense emotion all inside of me.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't know if it was last night or the night before, but I started to feel it coming up, and it was just like a huge wave of it wanted to come out, but I was just, I struggled to, you know.
I had like a short fuse when I went through my thing. I had a fuse about that long. I mean, I'm like, I normally have the patience of a saint, but like anybody that stressed me out, like I just hang up on them. I delete them. And like I tell them to stop, and they're trying to help me. Oh, well, why don't you try this? Why don't you try this? I'm like, stop, boom, you're done. I'm done with you. I'll never speak to you again. Delete. You're out of my life.
Yeah.
I mean, I seriously, I hung up on my mom who had cancer.
Yeah.
Well, I couldn't. Well, she was trying to help me, but she wouldn't stop. So I hung up on her. You know what I mean? I mean, I couldn't handle that. No stress at all. I couldn't handle any stress from anybody, anything. It was just you have such a heightened sense of awareness. You feel so much of it. It affects you physically. It physically affects you. Somebody else's stress will physically affect you. And
I was told that I don't know if you get this from me. I want a second opinion, but I want to see. I was told by my father that he was told that by an intuitive about me, that he was saying basically I was a very powerful empath, and I was basically, you know, whenever I entered a room, I would just like start picking up on all the different things, all the different emotions of other people. I would be absorbing different things in the room, just absorbing, and, you know.
You don't have to, though. So that's a heightened sense of awareness. It's the same thing I said. But the people always say, oh, you're an empath. No, you're all things, not just an empath. Not just an empath.
No,
you're all things.
I believe that too. I'm not excluding myself from.
Yeah, so I wear these crystals. I wear black obsidian and black tourmaline all the time. That's just to protect myself, to keep negative energy from sticking to me. But the trick to this process is to understand it when you feel it. Like, as long as you have the like, okay, you gotta listen to your body, because your body will tell you. So if you're getting the goosebumps and you're smiling, it's a good vibration. If you're getting a bad vibration in your chest, walk away. I actually was sitting, I'm supposed to tell you this story, and maybe this will make sense to you, and you'll be able to relate to it later on. Like, I went to this watering hole, I'm going to call it, and I'm sitting there. There's 3 guys sitting over there. There's one guy, he's a real booty head. That's what I'm going to call him. And he doesn't like his wife, but I like the woman. And I said, why? How come your wife never comes in? I said, she's so sweet. Well, he started in on me. And there was 3 men sitting around him. So there's 4 grown-ass men. And he starts running his mouth. And I just sat there like, take the high road. And normally I'm a biker. I'd have been like, I'd have done something. But I'm not like that anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, and I could actually, he kept talking, and I saw what I saw. I physically saw the negative shit rolling out of his mouth. It presented like little brown pebbles, but it was like, you know, if you draw something 3D, so it's kind of at an angle, and it was rotating. It was like little pieces of gravel. They just like cut right through me, like right here. And I thought to myself, Jesus, I'm not very high I'm not very. I know I'm not a negative person anymore. I'm just barely poking my head above water here. I need to step away. This shit's
Yeah.
like too close to home. You know what I mean? It went through me right here. I could see it. I saw it. I was hallucinating. They would think I'm frou-frou-y, but I didn't. I saw it. It was negative energy, and that shit did. I came home. I played with my dog because dogs help a lot because they're pure love, right? And I played with my dog, and I was trying to think about what, because the other men sitting around him just sat there, didn't say a word to him. I didn't say anything wrong, but like, where's your wife at? You know, she's really nice. I like her. I was just being polite. You know what I mean? And all those things came out of his mouth, and they just sat there like, you know, I'm gonna call them the kitty cats. They just sat there like kitty cats.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, you know, I'm looking at him like he ain't that big a boy. But I'm like, no, I'm gonna go home because I'm not like that anymore. And so you can actually see these things. They can manifest as reality to you, but it doesn't mean not everybody else is going to see the same thing you see. So this was the translation of that. This is how my body translated that information coming out of his mouth. It's negative energy. And this is what it looks like. It hurts just talking about it. It hurts my chest just to even talk about it. It hurts now. Because anytime you connect with negative energy, it physically affects you. Just like connecting with a positive energy, it physically affects you. It will physically affect you. And it's not all in your head. I'm telling you right now, it's not all in your head. It physically affects you. It's a heightened sense of awareness. And I think that there's a lot of I'm trying to look at the stress you feel. I think this is nerves and stress up here and then part of that's your heart center. So your heart center because you communicate with spirit through your heart. Yeah. Your body is you're mentally rejecting the message or whatever, like you're not ready for it or whatever, like you're physically not ready. Maybe it's your belief system.
And I'm having a hard time listening to my heart type thing.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because that's how you communicate with spirit. It comes through your heart and through your, you're always saying you think it's your crown chakra, but it's your heart. This is how you talk to spirit. And so your body's rejecting that fact. But then there's, and that the physical part of that, the physical part of the things going on with your body, with the things in your brain and the pain is a manifestation of you rejecting the message from spirit. The messages from spirit. I know that's a hard concept to grasp. But the good part of this is you need to listen to your chakra tones 24/7 as much as possible. Like you'll find that whenever there's a physical problem, it's mind, it's your mind, the way you believe, your physical body, and your soul. There's three parts to you, the Holy Trinity, 1, 2, 3, mind, body, soul, coherence. They all need to be in unison, in balance, and you're not, right? So your soul and your body and your belief system all don't agree with each other. So it's causing conflict within yourself and manifesting as other problems.
Yeah, disharmony.
Yeah. So you listen to your chakra tones, decalcify your pineal gland, don't drink any fluoride, and get more spiritual. Understand this stuff. Do guided hypnosis to detach from negative energies. But you also have to treat the body like it needs it, like the coconut oil and stuff like that. Seriously, that makes the skin feel better, and you'll find after a little while you'll feel better. You have to be careful not to eat anything wrong too, like Muslims. You got to eat like a Muslim does. No pork, no shellfish. Okay, because they don't hold foods in their body long enough to remove the toxins. Now you got toxins in your bloodstream. You know what I mean? Your body has removed both things. Do anything you can to help the physical body. You got to approach it from 3 ways. So you got to go get your records sent to the Mayo Clinic. You got to get checked, because I think they do some sort of microablation, like they would do, like, and it's like one little spot that's affecting your physical body that they need to take care of with this pain thing. There's one little spot that just be like a nerve. They just zit it. You know what I mean? They burn that or something like that, microablation or whatever they call it. Like they just burn that little nerve, and then all this pain goes away. It is a but it's a minor thing. It's not something that's going to be major for you, and because that's not the one by the
Is that?
pineal gland. There's another spot in your brain. You said.
Yeah, on my pituitary.
I don't. So they just burn a little nerve, and this pain part will go away. And that needs to be done because the pain is too much. It's too much stress. You know what I mean? It's the pain is focusing you on a negative, right?
Yeah.
So that's why you feel pain. I mean, because you're focused on a negative now. You got to be focused on a positive.
Yeah. I don't know if I would want to burn my nerve though. I mean,
it's well, you just send it to them and see what they say. It's something like micro something. It's nothing. It's not a big deal, but your pain off.
Okay.
They have something that they can do, and it's minor. It's not a major thing.
It's not gonna like take away all my
no,
pain, right?
no, nothing like that. It's just like one little thing that needs to be done. It's one little spot that needs to be taken care of, and you'll stop feeling all that pain. You know, maybe it can be done another way. If there's a better way to do it, they'll tell you, or you can just deal with it. You know, but you know what I mean. You've been dealing with it this long.
No, it's an option. It's an option.
You know what I mean? Just see what they have to say about it. They're gonna do a nerve test. That shit's gonna suck. By the way, I'll just give you a heads up. They didn't tell me what I was in for. I was in there doing a nerve test for 8 hours.
Yeah.
They said they'd never had anyone endure a nerve test that long before, ever. They wanted to know how I endured it. Because it's very painful. Right. And I'm like, because he's like, well, you know, the student got done with me and then the doctor does you, right? The student does you, then the doctor does you. Right. And he goes, you want to finish this tomorrow? I said, buddy, you ever let me out of this torture chamber? I ain't never coming back. You better do whatever you got to do. You know, you'll never get me back in this room again. Do it. Just go for it. I mean, seriously, it was, they said they'd never seen anybody endure that much before. I was mentally could get through that.
Yeah.
I gotta look. So did they ever diagnose you with schizophrenia or anything?
Yeah, no, they've diagnosed me with everything. They've diagnosed me. I mean, they of course started me off with anxiety and depression.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my mom mentioned that they wanted to diagnose me as a kid with ADHD.
Okay.
And then as I progressed and got older physically, I started, you know, they wanted to diagnose me with depression and anxiety at first. Then they moved on to, you know, bipolar disorder.
Yeah.
And then another person said, you know, they officially said, oh, schizophrenia. And then they settled that what they've settled on now is schizoaffective disorder.
Schizoaffective? What the fuck is that?
that's like the love child of bipolar and schizophrenia, basically. It basically mixes the two together. It's basically a mix between bipolar and schizophrenia.
Yeah. So it's all those are just a byproduct of your spirituality. If you embrace your spirituality, those things will dissipate. That the good news is. I get a yes with that. I feel that all over. I you know, it will dissipate. It'll be on the outside of you.
No, I definitely agree with that. I think I have trouble accepting and embracing myself. So I think that's something that's...
It's an imbalance spiritually. So you balance the soul. Balance the chakras. Go listen to your chakra, your solar plexus chakra tone, the pure tone, and watch how well you can focus. You'd be like, what is that? And I'm going to tell you this story. So they told me, I didn't know I had ADHD, and then I got a head injury, and then I was severe ADHD. I couldn't talk. I couldn't drive. But I shot pool, right? And I was a level 4 in APA pool. It's a pool league. I mean, I could shoot 4 balls in without missing. And this military guy told me about it. I was like, because I didn't like taking the pills and stuff, and they made me feel better, you know, and made me able to work and stuff at least. And he said to listen to the solar plexus chakra tone. So I listened to that shit, the pure tone, and I could shoot all 8 balls in. I don't listen to it 4 balls. I just listen to it. If I didn't shoot all 8, I just missed on the 8, just an 8-ball choke, whatever. I'm like, why is the freaking tone? I'm at the shrink's office. I said, why is the tone make me shoot pool better? You explain that shit to me because I need to know, buddy.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I don't know. I was like, do you still need the medication? I'm like, yeah, I still need it until I figure out what's going on. And that's where my journey started. I started like listening to my chakra tones. And I'm listening to them like real low. You don't even have to physically hear them. They can be playing in the background somewhere, whatever. And your subconscious mind, the vibration, whatever, you hear it and it helps you. And I started listening to that stuff, and all of a sudden I started getting better. I mean, I had black mold in my house at the same time, so I had toxins in my bloodstream, and I had the severe ADHD, and I'd had the motorcycle wreck, a head injury. I mean, I went through it, but you can power through this. It's mind over matter. And the trick is to balance your freaking spirit, your chakras. Asians know stuff. They know stuff. They kept this information alive for us. So you balance that part of you. And then the physical body is also unbalanced. And the belief system is unbalanced because you've been told all this shit all your life. So first you start with that. You know what I mean? Go up there to the Mayo Clinic. Do whatever they want to do. Like, you know what I mean? If you want to, they're going to give you your options, your best options, and what's going to happen if you don't do this, and what's going to happen if you do this, and they're the best hospital in the United States, okay? And it's a research hospital, so the student does you, and they will know. They're going to radiate your bones. They're going to look at your bones. They're going to look at in everywhere, down your throat, everywhere. They're going to look everywhere. There's no part of you that's not going to get tested.
Cool.
You know what I mean? Cool. I mean, it's important. You know, skin doctor, everything. That coconut oil is going to help you a whole lot. And the milk thistle. So I think a lot of things is, personally, milk thistle takes toxins out of your bloodstream. And it's a weed that grows in your yard, you know, or you can buy it's in the vitamin section at the Wally World or whatever. But I think that the toxins in our food affect us more than we know. And some people more so. And they affect you. And it's not enough. You have to take the right amount for your body weight if your doctor says it's okay. Whatever. I have to say that because this is for entertainment purposes only. I'm a psychic, not a doctor. Okay. It's my disclosure I have to do for TikTok. So I think that things that you eat and stuff affect you more than you know. Whatever you do, stop eating eggs. No V8s, fresh tomatoes. Those are like the eggs. If I eat eggs, store-bought eggs, I can eat eggs. I got 3 chickens in my yard. I can eat those eggs all I want.
So no eggs, no V8s.
Eggs. Yeah, no V8s, no fresh tomatoes.
No tomatoes.
Yeah, for whatever reason, those you can get a food allergy test as well. The food allergy test will tell you what foods make your ADHD bad. But they'll do that. I mean, you can have that. They'll do that at the Mayo Clinic and stuff. They're going to test you for all that stuff.
It's just, it's kind of hard to know with everything, with all the different junk that they put in all the food these days. It's kind of hard to know what is okay and what is not.
If I eat store-bought eggs, I lose my abilities for 3 days. I'm free. I'm a little bit out there. I can't do anything. I can't function. And I don't know. And I don't understand. I mean, I do kind of understand. It's whatever they give the chickens. I guess I don't freaking know. But I can eat my chicken eggs just fine. I'm fine. But I eat those. No. And I know that I had a hangover and I drank a big old V8. I thought it'd be okay to have a V8, but oh no. Oh hell no. I was out there. I'm like, you know the feeling. So, I mean, I was off in La La Land for 3 days till that came out of my body, you know. So there are certain foods that affect you physically, But you know, we got to think about this, like Buddhists and stuff like that, and Buddhas and stuff, how they eat. They really are mindful about what they put in their body, and there's a reason. They're trying to connect to spirit. They're trying to be whole and stuff like that. So
I got another question.
you bet.
I was wondering, with the chakras, I actually picked up a chakra book the other day.
That's not a coincidence. That's funny.
Yeah, so I picked it up. Like it was actually, I wouldn't have picked it up if I hadn't. I was taking my mom. I'm kind of her chauffeur right now because she had just had surgery. So I'm taking her places.
That's
but I took her to a Reiki treatment, and I was just in the waiting area, and there was this books on the shelf, and I saw a chakra book, and so I picked it up. I just started scrolling through. I was reading through all the different chakras and how to help your chakras and stuff, and I just lost my train of thought. What was I?
That's okay. That's ADHD. So you just picked up a book on chakras, and that's not a coincidence. So you can listen to your free tones or free on the YT. Let's listen to the pure tone, man. I'm serious. That's not a coincidence.
I was wondering if you sensed if you have a sense, and it's okay if you don't, but if you have a sense of any of my chakras that are imbalanced.
All of them.
All of them.
All of them are imbalanced. They're not even at all. I can see them plain as day, and it's all of them, which is why you show like this. It's all of them. There's supposed to be a nice even, like all advancing, like everything's moving at the same rate. But yours it's all jagged and stuff. It's all jagged because they're all at different places. That's why you always feel off. Yeah. That's why you always feel off. They're all and when your soul is off at a soul level, it affects you physically. Well, our science doesn't work that way. We say our science. We think in the States anyway. We think your physical body affects the soul. Your soul affects the physical body. It's a backwards thing. So we have it backwards. If your chakras are off, it affects the physical body, your belief system, and you manifest. Your body's trying to tell you there's something wrong. You're not in alignment.
Yeah, everyth's tied to the spiritual.
Yeah,
so.
It's where it starts because you're a spirit first and a soul later. Oh my goodness, we got a big old troll on the thing. Report. Wow. Hold on. Yeah, we got a big old troll, man. I had to turn it off. Submit. Did you block him? Okay. Somebody got him. One of them got him. Thank you for that. Did you block him, Kristen? Anyways, so that's the way it works. So it is if you balance. Now, normally, hold on a minute. So you want to start with the heart chakra. Okay, your heart chakra. You want to do a lot of grounding because you're off. You go from the heart chakra, and then you go to the root chakra. You do one by one of your chakras. Listen to a different one each day.
I thought you start with the root chakra and you go up. No,
you should always start with. Well, there's some people say that, but you should start with the heart and then go to the root, and you end up back at the heart. Because I say the heart because your main problem is where? In the chest area.
In my chest area, but it also extends all the way.
Yeah, I know.
It's not just my chest area. It extends all the way into my head, my face.
Yep.
And
that's a nerve problem.
And neck, and it's just all over, and it's
I think it's like that. The word I got was, it's like neuropathy or whatever. It's a nerve problem. So they can suture one little place and that's going to stop. uh, it's not going to be a big deal. You're going to have it done. Okay, you're going to have it done because you're like, oh, that's not a big deal. I'm going to do that shit. You know what I mean? You're going to have it done. I get a yes with that. I get a yes. That's what you're going to do. But and because you need to feel better physically.
Well, like I said, my body has grown so accustomed to how it feels.
I know.
It doesn't process. It's not even processing the amount of pain it's experiencing.
I get that. I had the same thing. I'm like, they're like, I don't know how. The doctor actually did a DNA test on me because he wondered how I was walking around like I was and in chronic pain all those years, and because I wouldn't have a surgery or anything, and he did a DNA test on me. He said my DNA didn't work right. I didn't feel pain like a normal person. Well, at some point, your body adapts to the pain. And you don't feel the pain like a normal person. They can look at that in your DNA, and that's what happens after you feel pain for so long. You can, it's mind over matter. Like I just got to deal with it and keep going, and you won't feel the pain like a normal person. And your DNA does adapt to that. When I was young, I had a heightened sense of awareness. I felt more pain than a normal person, but now I feel less pain than a normal person. That's how I stood it. I was in that nerve test for 8 hours. I mean, they'd never had anybody do a nerve test for over 8 hours like I did. I was in there for like 8.5 hours, I think it was total, the nerve test. And that's like incredible. Like most people can endure like 3 hours, 4 hours tops, but never 8.
Right.
8.5.
Right.
It was 8.5 hours, man. I swear to God, they're like, how'd you do that? I was like, it's mind over matter. So I get that. I get that part. I understand that part of you and how you are able to endure it. So that'd be your choice. But I would say
I'd rather,
well, listen to what the doctor says and figure it out.
Especially since it's like it's manageable in the sense that my body doesn't feel it like it used to.
Like if they say, look, we're gonna go like this, zzz, we're gonna zap that thing right there. It takes about, and you're gonna be done with it.
Well, is it healing it, or is it just making the pain go away?
I don't know. Ask the doctor. You need to see a doctor about that. It's a little bit more. If they find the correct spot, that's all they got to do.
Yeah.
That's all they got to do. If they find the correct spot, that's all they got to do. You're going to talk to the doctor about that. You know what I mean?
I'm going to discuss it with all these people. But
but you got to get yourself up there to the Mayo Clinic. You do. And because hold on a minute. I see you go up, down, because it's hard for you to make decisions, but you'll be okay. Just go with the flow. Get the testing done, okay? First steps. Send your records up there. If you don't have them, just get online and apply for testing. And they take your insurance, whatever, Medicaid, whatever they take it. And you go up there, especially because you're unique and they want you. You're going to help a lot of people by letting them look at you. And then go up there, let them look at you. Not get anything done. You're just letting them look. Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
And that's all you're committing to is getting some testing done. And that's where you're at. Get the testing done because you'll be back to me. There's a spiritual aspect to your healing, but you're gonna feel a lot different afterwards.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm tingling all over right now. Like especially it's like right here is where I'm going.
Yeah. Do you feel like there's tendons that are pulling through, like almost like veins that are popping out of my head, kind of thing? That's what it feels like.
My whole body is electric right now. Okay, it's electric, and it's your vibration. You're a very high vibration. You just got to come in alignment with that. I'm going to help you with the alignment of your vibration, your spiritual aspect. But in the meantime, I want you to get online at the Mayo Clinic, either Jacksonville or Minnesota, wherever you want to go, and see about getting in there and let them run all those tests on you and stuff like that. That's just testing. It's not committing to anything, okay? That's all it is.
Yeah.
You've been through enough. It's not a big deal. Like, besides, Jacksonville's real pretty. There's a beach there, Jacksonville, Florida. It's greatness. It's greatness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I stayed at the campground right beside the flea market there in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Because it was really nice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Go there, whatever. There's all. It's not that expensive, and you just go up there and stay. I mean, if it's an outpatient thing, I think normally it's an outpatient thing, but it might be different for you. For me, it was an outpatient thing. But you're at appointments all day, every day.
I'm really excited about it. Actually, I'm happy that you told me about it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you just need to do that, and then when you're with the spiritual aspect, I'm gonna help you with that. Okay. You just got to balance yourself, and I can help you with that. Listen to them chakra tones. That's the first step. And the coconut oil. Coconut oil with the
type thing. Like I go online and just look.
Chakra tone HZ, pure tone, HZ, pure tone. You want to listen to the pure tone. You don't want anything else interfering with that right now.
Okay.
Chakra tone HZ. Or do pure chakra tone.
My mom is awesome. She's literally right next to me writing down all this stuff.
Well, I am spiritual point of view also on the YT, and I recorded this so you can play it back to you. So it'll be on there in a day or two.
Awesome.
So, yeah, it has a process, but I really should record that for you because this is like an hour long or whatever. So I want to make sure that you had that.
I think we're probably running out of time at this point.
Well, we ran out of time a long time ago. It don't matter. You need help.
Okay.
You need help. I need to help you. Period. That's it. You know what I mean? That's the way that works.
Oh, and just one more thing before.
Yeah.
My mom wanted me to mention. I also am struggling with. I mean, this is what they've diagnosed. I don't know if I think it's connected to everything else in my body, but they diagnosed me with tardive dyskinesia from the medication because I have involuntary facial movements and my face basically starts
oh yeah, I had them nervous tics too from them freaking meds, man. Oh my god, you fucking
well, it doesn't stop for me with or without meds now. And also I have consistent nightmares too.
Okay.
And
so I told you about both these. So black obsidian, black tourmaline, you do get attacked while you're sleeping from a lower vibration. It's a psychic attack, actually. That's explained in the Law of One, which was channeled back in the 60s. It's free on the YT. I think it's book number 3, one of those in there that explains a psychic attack. And what that is, and I had them in the beginning as well. I started wearing black obsidian, black tourmaline. Don't ever let anybody touch your crystal. And that stopped. Okay, and it stopped. And it's actually, so let's say you have a positive vibration and a negative vibration. So like a battery, like a car battery, a positive and a negative, right? They're never supposed to touch. So when you start rising, so you're way up here, but your spirit's supposed to way up here, but your body's down here, and that's why you got to sync it in together, right? But this negative vibration doesn't want you to rise, so it's always attacking you, trying to get your attention, and you're focused on that. Even after you wake up, you're focused on that. But so it's attaching your soul to the negative aspect of your reality, because you are yin and yang, good and bad. So it's getting your attention, and you have a nightmare. It's actually attack by down below, it's from below, trying to attack you, get your attention. And when it gets your attention, you're no longer in the positive, you're in the negative. And then you want to stay over here.
I want to ask your opinion. Do you think it's something that is from somewhere else, or do you think it's like my shadow self, or both?
Well, you have both God and the devil within you. You are both things. You are human in the third dimension. You're both things. So it is the bad part of you which there's not an actual devil that's separate from you.
Yeah.
Every
it's
good
all
thought,
part-
every good intention, pure love, that is God, right? So it's like the wind of love, but there's also the wind of negativity. So it's getting your attention, and to try to do that to me too. And I was told by Spirit, I'm start a dream journal. Dream journal will help you a whole lot. Dream journal. So you have that information. You start a dream journal. That's going to help you a whole lot. It'll bring you clarity and make you sink in with the higher vibration, because they'll be able to communicate with you.
A long time ago. I mean, well, that's relative, but when I was like in my teenage years, I started writing down my dreams, but I got scared because like when I started writing them down,
It happened.
The things that were in the dreams started to manifest themselves into real life. Basically, someone would like I would hear something or hear someone say something in a dream, and then I'd write it down, and then a few days later, someone would say that exact thing later on.
Yep. So I have to tell people their predictions. So let me explain this from a spiritual aspect. You are stepping out of time. So time is something that we experience. It's not something that's real in the spiritual world. So when you are asleep, you're in the spiritual body and you're staying in there. So you're seeing the past, present, and future. All boom, there it is. Okay, because there's no time there. And then you're waking up and you're actually remembering it. You're permeating. So you got a conscious mind, your subconscious mind, the universal mind, all knowledge. So what you're doing is this is porous with you. Your subconscious, this layer, whatever that is, that prevents us from knowing all things, from connecting to unity consciousness, is porous, and you are going through it. So you shouldn't be afraid of that, but it looks like predictions. I wrote about COVID before it ever happened, and this is before I went through all this and understood who I was. I didn't cause COVID to happen, but I wrote about it. I found it, like I didn't remember writing about it, but I did, and things would, but the trick is to keep up with that dream journal. It'll help you communicate with spirit, and it'll make this shit straighten out.
Right.
It's your body. See, that's part of you that I started with earlier, where I said you're rejecting the information from the spirit, right? This is your body rejecting information from spirit. So the dream journal helps you straighten that connection out. It's like, okay, I'm going to do it. Do the dream journal. You're not causing it. Now, you do get attacked while you're sleeping. You wear the black obsidian, black tourmaline while you're sleeping. You can buy it anywhere. I have them. I sell them for $10, whatever. But you can get them anywhere. Keep it on all the time, and don't take it off. It
has to be untouched by anyone else.
You wear it. Somebody's going to touch it before you get it. I'm just saying, but whatever. Don't let anybody touch it and stuff. If you have a girlfriend or something, just take it off. Don't let her touch it. But when you're doing the thing, and then put it back on before you go to sleep. Take a shower in it, sleep in it, keep it on 24/7. Okay, you ain't got to worry about all that cleansing bullshit. You're going to attach to it. It's going to attach to you. Keep it on all the time. Don't let anybody touch it. You know what I mean? Because it's a very personal item. You can always just turn around the backwards behind you or whatever. I take a shower, sleep in it all the time, and how I know this is baby's on the feed. She knows. She worked at a place where they serve hydration beverages, and there was a spirit there, and everybody else had seen the top half of the spirit. She kept telling me, "There's a spirit here. I keep seeing a ghost. So I went over there. I thought it's all fun and games, right? And I saw the ghost, okay, the spirit, but I saw his feet. I saw the bottom half of them or whatever. Yeah. And that night I went home and I had the horrible nightmare because this guy was not happy. I was told in the morning I need to protect myself. So I waited. I got some black obsidian and I stuck it in my pocket in my jeans. And I went over there and I sat there and I sensed where the spirit was. And I stepped into his space where he was at. Mm-hmm. And I reached in my pocket and I grabbed that black obsidian and he was gone. Just like that. I was like, oh, wow. It works. Wow. After that, I was like all about it. I was all about the crystals. You know what I mean? Just the one for protection now. But other ones have calming effects. Like if you are feeling anxiety, the purple You want the purple.
Yeah.
It just instantly like. And if you have a question about a crystal, use a small child. Okay, they don't have negative energy per se.
Yeah.
And you could ask, like my grandson, I had some purple in my purse, was a necklace. And he saw it. He's like, and he's very psychic.
Yeah.
And he grabbed a hold of it. Now he's my grandson. He can grab a hold of it if he wants. You know, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know? And he goes, oh, that makes you feel calm.
Yeah.
I had a crystal, you know, just a regular white one, the whatever it was, and I don't know. I'm all confused right now. Anyway,
Yeah.
and I said, "Tell me what you feel," and he goes, "Well," I said, "besides the coldness and being a rock, or it's a crystal, but whatever." And he goes, bzz, 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 feels like a lemon, what a lemon would feel like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it was just a white. It was just a white one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't even think.
Yeah.
Of it.
I get a little frustrated with crystals sometimes
This-
because, like,
It's white.
I think it's like you said, because I'm receiving so much information at once.
Yeah.
Is that basically, you know, I can't really tune.
I'm telling you, the two you need. This is the only two you need. Is the purple to keep you calm. Okay. The purple and the black.
Yeah.
Black obsidian, black tourmaline. I got two different kinds on here. Those are two you
Okay.
need. And that's to protect you from negative energy so it doesn't cling to you. And this is to calm you down. That's all you need.
Okay.
Clear quartz.
Well-
That's what Kimberly said. I can't even think right now.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that's,
I think we've got a lot of good information.
Yep.
I think it's
I can't wait for you to
and
get
I think
some help.
I think the universe is telling me to finish this up because I got to go to the bathroom. So
Okay, so this is
So-
recorded over there, so I'm that way you have it and you can replay it or whatever. Okay, so when you
Yeah.
need some help, you have a spiritual questions are always free.
On TikTok.
It's on YT. It's on YT.
Okay.
Yeah, and then my name over there is Spiritual Point of View, same as over here. And
Okay.
yeah, there's nobody in the room, so I'm gonna end it over there. And
I want to thank you so much.
you're welcome.
This,
You're welcome.
I feel like all this information is going to help a lot. So
I'm gonna let your mom. I don't know if you want this, but I wrote it down. So, if you want to screenshot it, let me turn it
going
around
into
here.
it now.
Here, I'll take a
She's going to take
screenshot.
a screenshot of it.
It's only got the. That's all. I mean, I didn't write very much on there because we were
I
talking.
already have moringa pills and milk thistle pills that I've got off the TikTok shop.
Moringa is really good to